An exclusive and captivating report on the unexpected bond between Princess Charlene and Prince Albert II of Monaco, revealed during the official announcement of a new royal mission that could well change the image of the princely couple. A deep dive behind the scenes of the principality, the emotions and the political and media issues surrounding this key moment. Subscribe, share, and comment to make sure you don't miss any of the revelations about Monaco's royal family. There are moments when the monarchy, often perceived as frozen in its traditions, surprises with its audacity and humanity. This is exactly what happened in Monaco when Charlene, long portrayed by the media as distant, fragile, or sometimes a prisoner of her role, appeared alongside Albert II with dazzling complicity to announce a new mission that could transform the image of the principality and reaffirm the strength of the princely couple. The event, awaited with curiosity but also with skepticism, quickly took on the appearance of a historic moment. Cameras from around the world were focused on the prince's palace, watching every gesture, every smile, every glance exchanged between Charlene and Albert. Because beyond the announcement, what captivated most was this renewed dynamic between them, this unexpected closeness that contrasted with the rumors of coldness or estrangement that had long fueled conversations surrounding the royal couple. That day, Charlene was not just the discreet princess we see at major official ceremonies. She was a committed, radiant woman, who seemed to take pleasure in standing alongside her husband in a common mission. The mission in question is anything but trivial. It concerns a humanitarian and ecological project, at the heart of Albert II's priorities, known for his involvement in the fight against global warming and the preservation of the oceans. But this time, the novelty comes from the central role given to Charlene. Long in the background, sometimes even absent from her husband's public initiatives, she now appears as a leading actor, ready to carry a strong and universal message. Her role will consist not only of supporting the project, but above all of embodying it. In her words, in her attitude, in her confident gaze, everything suggested that she was finally taking ownership of a public space that, until then, had eluded her. For Albert, this apparent complicity is a symbolic victory. For years, he has tried to protect his wife from criticism, rumors, and hasty judgments. He has repeatedly defended her courage, sensitivity, and commitment, but Charlene lacked a scene where she could demonstrate her determination herself. That day, in front of the international press, she did just that. On the prince's face, one could read an obvious, almost moved, pride at seeing his wife take such reassurance. Their knowing glances, sometimes accompanied by a slight shared smile, were enough to sweep away, at least for a while, the image of a couple in crisis that some tabloids strive to peddle. This moment, though carefully orchestrated, was in no way frozen or cold. Quite the contrary, it exuded spontaneity. Charlene, usually so reserved, surprised observers with her way of speaking, clear, calm, but above all filled with sincere conviction. She spoke of the future, children, nature, solidarity, and her words resonated like an echo of her own personal struggles, particularly in matters of health and resilience. For we must not forget that Charlene has come a long way. Her long absences, her hospitalizations, her trials have fueled 1,000 questions. Today, by appearing at Albert's side with such strength and warmth, she gives a resounding answer to those who still doubted her ability to fully assume her role as princess and wife of the sovereign. The public's reaction was swift. In the streets of Monaco, as well as on social media, messages of support and admiration poured in. Many praised Charlene's courage, her determination to move forward, and her desire to rebuild her life in the light. Others saw in this close-knit duo a strong sign of the unity of the princely couple, a unity essential for the image and future of the principality. Monaco, a small state but a major global showcase, cannot afford to see its sovereigns appear divided or fragile. This renewed public complicity is therefore also a political message: the stability of the throne, the unity of the family, the continuity of the institution. Royal analysts, always quick to scrutinize the smallest details, were quick to emphasize the importance of gestures. Albert's hand delicately placed on Charlene's arm, the smile she gave him in return, the way they sometimes exchanged knowing glances before answering questions, all this reflected a sincere closeness, beyond protocol. And this sincerity touched the public, perhaps even more than the content of the announcement itself. Because in a world where the monarchy is often criticized for its formality and its disconnect, seeing a royal couple appear human, united, and close is almost exceptional. The behind-the-scenes story of this announcement also tells a story. According to some close to the palace, Charlene hesitated for a long time before agreeing to put herself so prominently in the spotlight. It was Albert himself who encouraged her, convinced that her presence was essential and that her voice could carry a powerful message. The preparation work was meticulous, but in the end, it was the spontaneity that made an impression. A renewed bond, a strengthened couple, a meaningful mission, the whole thing formed a rare, almost unexpected picture, which will undoubtedly remain one of the most significant moments of the year in Monegasque public life. This report would not be complete without mentioning the international impact of this announcement. Because beyond Monaco, it is the image of an entire principality that is at stake. Seeing Charlene and Albert united and supportive, foreign partners, associations, and international organizations receive a message of stability and reliability. In a global context marked by crises, whether climatic, economic, or social, the unity of a princely couple may seem trivial, but it is in reality highly symbolic. It embodies a form of resilience, an example of perseverance and solidarity in the face of adversity. Thus, this moment extends far beyond Monaco. It is part of a broader reflection on the role of royal families in the 21st century. Should they be content to embody a tradition, or, on the contrary, actively engage in the great challenges of our time? With this mission, and with Charlene's personal involvement, the principality seems to have chosen the second path. A path where image is no longer enough, where action counts more than protocol, and where the complicity of a couple becomes a driving force for collective commitment. And now that this renewed complicity is on full display, one burning and captivating question remains: will this mission and this displayed unity be enough to lastingly transform Charlene's image and definitively anchor the royal couple in the hearts of Monegasques and the world?